All right, y'all. So good morning. So somebody was asking me, what do I use to mount the camera? This is what I use. Now, and somebody else, people have asked me, about the camera that I use. I don't use GoPro. I don't shoot in 4K, and I don't. I shoot in 1080 at 30 frames per second. That makes a big difference when you're editing. Just, I didn't know, if everybody, some people want to put a video out or whatever. Now, y'all know, anybody that's been watching the channel knows that I've had to do some upgrades to be able to do these videos. The camera that I use, and I'll put a picture of the camera on here. Is the DJI, which is the same people that makes the drone that I got, it's their action camera. It's a pretty good camera, but I've never had a GoPro, so I don't really have any action camera to compare it to. So for me, it's a good camera. Now, when I was trying to do videos in the beginning, I was having a problem with the editing, of course, because the videos take up so much space. The videos take up so much space that you have to have a really fast computer, or and I ain't talking about just a regular computer to edit 4K. Man, you need at least 32 gigs of RAM. So that's a lot. And the computer that I got now, it's a you guys, whoever, anybody's watched my channel, y'all seen the computer. I call it new. I've had it about 7 months. So the computer that I bought a Dell, and it was about 2,200 and some change, and then I got a couple little upgrades, made it 2,300 and some change. But it's fast. It's fast. It's nice. I don't know the name of it. I could, y'all, any of you guys that watched the channel for a while, y'all saw me unbox it. So, it's got the i9 processor or whatever. So it's fast, man. Now, you don't have to have a computer like that to do videos, of course, but it don't hurt none. And if I'm gonna spend $1,500–1,800 on a new computer, then I'm gonna go on and get one that I know for sure is overkill, and that's what I got. So each day when I do these videos, I don't really worry about the camera being on or off or whatever. Well, I have to, to a certain degree, especially on the jobs. But in the truck, I just kind of roll the camera, and then I edit the videos. Now, what I need to do is get better at filming the day and not having to do so much editing, because the more editing you have to do, the more time it takes. And, so you have to be aware of that too. You always have to be aware of how long, and then the quality of video as far as resolution, frames per second, and all that. You have to be aware of that too, because the more frames per second, then the longer it takes to edit it. And what I do is, I don't see how anybody could actually, and some people do, I'm sure, but I just couldn't, not have a computer or a laptop or something to edit the videos. Editing a video like I do on a phone, that would be pretty ugly, because you can't see everything, and or if the phone rings while you're in the middle of editing, I mean, all kinds of, so to do videos like what I do, and not that my videos are unique or high quality or nothing. You know, I do try to get better and better and better with the editing and all. So yeah. All right, y'all. So we got done with that first one, man. It's almost like a winter cleanup over there, dude. I don't even know if I want to keep doing that property, man. It just doesn't seem like it's, I don't know, it's kind of out of the way a little bit. It's not, you know, a great property to be doing, really. I mean, but I'm going to text him and tell him that I'm going to have more money. Because, man, me and Buddy here just spent 45 minutes there on a damn 15-minute yard, dude. You know, and I sprayed and everything, so it was bad, man, real bad. So, all right, y'all, we got to wrap that one up. Oh, Bo left me a voicemail. Let's see what let's see what he's talking about.
Rick? Hey, Ray, it's Bo. Sorry my phone cut out the other day. It died on me. Yeah, dude, I almost lost my shelter that night, dude. I walked from Mulligan's up to the corner to the Big Chicken. And then by the time I got back to the shelter, dude, at 10:01, dude, I walked, I think that's like 5 miles. It's freaking 30 minutes, bro. Just, poof, I made it back, dude. And I didn't have to blow my little thing. But, yeah, so I stayed. And like just been meeting a couple people, and like right now I ain't worked in the last couple of days because I threw up that night hanging out with the guys in a little park or some shit in the bushes and all that. But I got out of it, you know. I learned my lesson in that, and I took a couple of days off. I'm on my way to Woodstock right now.
Yeah, because see, these customers, they wait until, you know, until I start getting stupid busy, and then they want me to come over there and spend a half a day on their yard. And by that point, I don't have time, you know. I mean, the customers have got to work with you a little bit, you know, on all that to help you, you know, keep your number friendly, you know, where they want to stay, where they want their number to be, and the yard look good enough. And usually it takes about 2 or 3 trips to get it back in order, you know, from the season. And that job is so small that it's painstakingly small, and that bothers me because I don't like doing small properties. You could just about go over there with a freaking weed eater and do that property. I mean, you could the whole property. I mean, yeah. You know, you need a 21-inch mower will do it. You know, and you know, I just don't like doing those type of properties, y'all. I mean, you know,
you got 60 inches.
Yeah, and it's dusty and nasty, and there ain't the grass is spotty. Well, Ray, how come you don't damn plant some grass over there? Because they don't pay me to do that. How come you don't do this? Because they don't pay me. They pay me to cut the grass. That's it. And pay me as needed to do the bushes. They don't pay me for any of that other stuff that everybody says I'm leaving money on the table. If they won't pay you, how are you leaving money on the table if they won't pay you? You're leaving money on the table when you keep flexing around with them, trying to get them to spend money, and they don't spend money, and you over there anyway, and they won't spend no more money, and that's when you're leaving money on the table, because you neglecting some old potential work down the street somewhere. You know, because you over there trying to get an extra $15 or $20 out of them, or $30 or $40, whatever. I'd rather just, instead of me going back and forth with them about what their yard needs or don't need, and how I can get it to where it should be for this amount of money, I just go on and say, okay, y'all do whatever you want to do. I'll come cut it. You pay me this amount of money, and I'll go pick up 2 more customers down the street somewhere. You know, that's what I do. I mean, that's basically how I do all these yards. There's a few that pay more, and we spend a little more detail on them, but the vast majority is just cut, weed eat, mow, and blow. Yeah, that's all it is, mow and blow. You know, and one guy was saying on the comments that I was jumping over dollars to get to the pennies, and I still don't understand how I'm doing that.
$130 an hour is pennies.
Well, I'm just saying he's using that in the context of just overall by what. But you got to kind of see the video to understand where he's coming from. So he's saying that I'm leaving, you know, money on the table. Well, if the customer will not spend any more money on the lawn, then the way I'm leaving money on the table is messing around with them, trying to get them to, and they still don't. If I spend 20 minutes trying to get them to spend more money, then that's $60 I could have got somewhere else down the street. So over the years, I know which ones will spend more money and which ones won't. You know, and so I don't see how I'm leaving any money on the table. I'm just sticking and moving because that's what the customer wants. That's all the customer will pay for. And so I don't see how I'm leaving any money on the table. You know, I don't understand. And I'm not coming sideways to nobody. I'm curious as to how I am. So I wish whoever, I don't remember who said that, but explain to me how I'm leaving money on the table like that. And keep it in context that they won't pay me more money. I mean, they're not going to pay me to weed and feed and, you know, plant grass and all that. If they're not paying for all that, then I ain't doing it. They got to be willing to pay me, you know. So the vast majority just won't, just cut, stick and move. And so over the years, I've kind of built my business around stick and move, you know. Right or wrong, I don't know how else I could do it. You know, if they're not willing to pay to do extra stuff, then how do you make them pay to do extra stuff? You know, I can't spend a whole bunch of time fooling around with all that there. You know, I'm not, you know, because I got too many customers. I can go on and just go to another customer and make up for it, you know, that way. So y'all let me know in the comments, man, how I'm leaving money on the table. Wrapping up these two, this one right here, and the one he's on the mower on right there. So on this one right here, I sprayed. So I charge them $60 to spray, and it's a $70 cut. So $130 right here, okay? And it's gonna save time, you know, on the next trip. Now, she don't pay me to do anything but cut the grass, y'all, and blow off, that's it. I sprayed all of this stuff in here. So this one right here, this is an 80, okay? And I sprayed for $60. So this is 140, and this was 130. So that's 270 bucks on these two. The spray, I might have $4 wrapped up in the spray. Okay, we'll say $5. So the spray is going to help us, you know, going through the season, or at least, you know, the beginning anyway. Now over here, they don't pay me to do anything other than cut it and weed eat it. So I don't know how I'm leaving any money on the table nowhere. I'm getting all I can get out of what we're doing. He's already blowed off both properties in the back. We got to blow the road off, as you can see. So that's $120 more that I made today because of this. Okay, this is what I buy, this is what I use, and the Milwaukee sprayer. And it's easy for me to spray because I take that Milwaukee sprayer right there and I put it on the mower deck and turn it on, and I just ride the property, and that's how I spray everywhere. I mean, I spray in the freaking woods and everything, y'all. Easy cheesy. So, and I probably got $5 worth of spray in that thing. You see there's still about a gallon or so in the bottom of it. So also today, what we're going to be doing, and I told you guys, we're going to be spreading straw and some rice seed on another property that we're already cutting. So we're already going to be cutting this other property. It's a 5-acre site, and Drew's already over there started cutting. And when I get over there, I got some rice seed in the truck and 2 bales of wheat straw. 2 bales of wheat straw is roughly about 15 bucks for 2 bales. I don't know what wheat straw goes for everywhere else, but down here where we're at, it's about $7.50 a bale. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have one of the guys do that while we're cutting over there. Also, the seed. I bought a seed. I bought a I bought a big old bag. I don't know how big, at least a 50-pound bag, and we're probably only going to need about 15 pounds. So what for the seed and straw and the labor to spread to spread it in one little area there, I think I'm going to charge her about $110. So there's that. So that's another well, it's not 110 because I got $15 and then I got another $25 in the seed. So $40 in materials, and then I'll probably charge about $70 in labor to spread it. And I'm not going out of my way, none. I'm going to a job that we're going to anyway. It's also a job where I had the Bobcat at. And when I ripped all the stuff out, she didn't want me to do any grass seed that day, but we're just putting a winter rye down. So, and that's what she wants. She called me and solicited me for that. So that's an additional $110 minus the expenses of we'll say $15 here, and then probably $25 in seed. So that's $40. So that's an additional $70 that we'll earn on top of the expenses. On top of the straw and everything on that one job. And it's already pays pretty good because the job is 5 acres and the one across the street is 5 acres. So yeah, so just today alone, we're talking about leaving money on the table. That's what the whole video is going to be about today, leaving money on the table. This is what we're talking about. The extra stuff alone today, not counting the money that we're making on the lawns already. If we didn't do anything, we were making a profit. I mean, if we didn't do any extra stuff, we still making good money. It's 70, 60 extra dollars here, 60 extra dollars there, and 30 extra dollars on the first little property that we did. So 30 plus 60 plus 60, that's 150. 150 plus 70 is 220. That's $220 additional money that we're gonna make today. That's enough to pay both my guys. Okay? So y'all see what we're working with. Okay, y'all. So some things that I think about, I've been talking about, going up on some of the customers and all. See, I'm at the whim of the customers when you don't have a lot of customers. I mean, you're at the whim of the customer, anyway, but the more customers you got, the less of a whim that you're at. So say you go to a customer and you want to go up on the number and you tell them, okay, I'm going to go up $10. I need to go up $10. And what do you do if they say no? Well, you just about got to be able to drop the customer, because if you don't, then they're going to have it in their head too that you don't really want to do the property anymore, and so they might fire you. So before I ask a customer to go up on the number, now every customer is a little bit different. Before I ask a customer to go up on the number, I want to make sure that I got a lot of customers. The more customers I have, y'all, the less influence each individual customer has on me. If you got 20 customers and you need to go up on the price, and they say no and you drop it, well, that can hurt your business. See, to me, the more customers you got, just in general, the more customers you got, then you can go up on the number, or you can afford to lose the customer if you have to. Now, you don't want to lose a customer behind. It's about have to when it comes to, money, and you just about have to be willing to lose the customer, because once they find out that you need more money or you want more money, then you got to be willing to be ready to drop that customer, or have the ability to. If you only got 5 or 10 customers, you might not want to do that. What you got to do is you got to keep the number. What I do is I keep the number the same. I become more efficient, and then I just get more and more customers. That's what I do. So then when I do go back to the customer and I tell them I need to go up on the number. If they don't like it, or they just say no, then, you know, if they say no, then you have to be willing to drop them. I mean, right? I mean, y'all let me know. That's my thinking on that. And so each individual customer, well, the more customers you got, the less clout each individual customer has, because you can afford to lose one here and lose one there if it's about money, you know. So, you know, I know a lot of the guys on here are telling me that I'm, you know, leaving money on the table and all of this. Well, I don't see how I'm leaving money on the table, because if a customer's going to spend what they're going to spend, you know, you can't make a customer spend any more than that. Now, over the years, I've, you know, solicited customers for this and that. Sometimes you get to work, sometimes you don't, you know, but I don't really see me leaving a lot of money on the table for what I do. Now, I'm not one of those, you know, specialist, pristine yard guys. I'm that guy that comes in there and cuts the grass and have a minimum of $50. I don't do anything for less than $50. Now, like I said before, y'all know this, I got one or two little old ladies that I do for 40, but, you know, but leaving money, but I don't leave money on the table, because if I go up to a 50 and say, okay, I need to get 60, well, then what do you do if they say no? You know, so you got to be prepared to drop them. And, you know, in the beginning, I didn't do that because I wasn't prepared to drop them. Now that I've gotten, you know, some years under my belt, a bunch of other customers, you know, I evolve and understand that, you know, I can get more money than I did in the very beginning. Of course, all my expenses went up too. You know, more equipment, labor, truck, you know, all these things. So, you know, it's just something to think about when you're talking about or thinking about going up on your number. Don't do it if you got 5 customers and you're not prepared, unless it's just, don't do it if you got 10 customers or 15 customers. And what you need to do at that point, to me, is you need to be as efficient as you possibly can with the money that you have already agreed to do the property for, and unless you're just taking a beating, you know, because if the customer says no, then you lose the customer. Rather they let you go, because once the customer knows that you need more money, they're going to start looking for somebody else. I'm just saying, man. Maybe not all the time, and it ain't a guarantee they're going to say no. They might say yeah, you know. But early in the game, you know, I was scared to do that. I'm not scared to do that now. So that's just some points to ponder on, you know, how I think about, you know, bumping the number up on a customer. So don't go in there trying to bump your number up if you're not prepared to drop the customer. And what I mean by not prepared, that you make sure you got enough other customers where you don't feel the pinch or you don't feel the loss of that property. And doing a yard cheaper or more expensive, or however you want to look at it, it's all about where you live at. But doing the high volume like I do a lot, man. You know, I know there's guys on here that don't believe me, but it doesn't matter. I do a lot of properties, and I have a lot of customers for what I'm working with, you know. And at the end of the day, if I'm doing high volume and I'm doing, you know, $50, $60, $70 properties, and it's high volume, well, I make up for that in word of mouth, because the more customers you got, the more your name gets spread around. Even if you're not doing it for top dollar, you can do it and make up for that in volume. So, you know, as far as leaving money on the table, I don't know about all that there. You know, there's the Drewski. Well, hope he don't hit my truck. All right, y'all. It's Ray. Peace out.